The shocking truth about college degrees in 2025. Imagine this. You've just graduated. The cap and gown are barely off your shoulders. Your family is still celebrating, and the future feels limitless. But then the bills arrive. Student loan statements, rent, health insurance, groceries, reality. You spent 4 years of your life, maybe more, working toward a degree you were told would secure your future. But now you're staring at a mountain of debt and realizing the job market doesn't care about your diploma. The calls for interviews don't come. The salary offers, if they exist, are laughable. And suddenly, that dream career feels like a cruel joke. This isn't just one student's nightmare. This is happening everywhere. In fact, a 2024 survey revealed that over 40% of graduates believe their degree wasn't worth the cost. For years gone, tens of thousands of dollars gone, and dreams shattered. But here's the twist. Some degrees are still worth it. Some degrees practically guarantee opportunity, stability, and even wealth. They're the ones universities don't advertise because they don't sound sexy on a brochure. They're the ones people overlook because they seem too hard or too boring. Yet in 2025, with AI taking jobs, recessions looming, and industries collapsing overnight, these degrees are lifelines. So today, we're counting down the top 10 college degrees worth it in 2025. Stay with me until the end, because the number 1 degree might shock you. Number 10, education, teaching. The unsung heroes in a world that can't function without them. Let's start with one that might surprise you. Education. Yes, teaching. Now, I can already hear the pushback, but teachers don't make money. They're underpaid, underappreciated, and overworked. And yes, those criticisms are true, at least on the surface. But here's the part you don't hear about. As of 2025, the world is facing a massive teacher shortage. Retirements, burnout, and an exodus in profession have left gaping holes in classrooms across the U.S., Europe, and beyond. Some states are literally begging for teachers. Districts are offering signing bonuses up to $20,000, relocation packages, and even student loan forgiveness. Take Sarah, a 24-year-old recent graduate from Ohio. She majored in education, and while many of her peers chased trendy tech degrees, Sarah took a different path. Today, she teaches high school math. And not only does she have job security, but she also got $15,000 of her student debt erased under a federal forgiveness program. She's not scrambling for work. She's not sending out 100 resumes into the void. She's employed, stable, and building her future. And here's the bigger picture. Teaching isn't just about salary. It's about influence. Every doctor, every engineer, they all started in classroom. Teachers are the invisible force shaping tomorrow. And in an era where knowledge is currency, education degrees carry weight that no AI can replace. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projects a 7% growth in teaching jobs by 2032. It might not sound huge, but when combined with shortages, it means demand will always be there. And demand means leverage. So yes, teachers may not be millionaires. But in 2025, an education degree is a safe, stable, and surprisingly strategic investment. It's not glamorous. It's not flashy, but it's real, and in today's economy, real is rare. Number 9, environmental science. The green gold rush nobody saw coming. Climate change isn't a debate anymore. It's a reality. Wildfires, floods, hurricanes. Disasters that once seemed once in a lifetime now happen every year. And with every catastrophe, the need for experts grows. That's where environmental science comes in. Once dismissed as a soft science or a protester's degree, it's now becoming one of the hottest fields of the decade. Why? Money. Governments and corporations are pouring billions into green initiatives. Renewable energy, sustainability consulting, climate adaptation. These aren't niche projects anymore. They're the backbone of global survival strategies. Picture this. In 2024, the European Union committed 600 billion euros to green infrastructure. The U.S. followed with record-breaking climate legislation. And private companies, from Tesla to Amazon, are hiring environmental specialists at salaries that start at $70,000 and climb past six figures with experience. Let's take Diego, a graduate in environmental science from California. When wildfires devastated the state, Diego didn't just watch helplessly. He worked on developing wildfire prediction models that now help save entire communities. Today, he consults for both government agencies and private firms, pulling in over $120,000 a year, with offers coming in faster than he can accept them. Here's the kicker. AI can't replace this. You can train a machine to analyze climate data, sure, but when it comes on the ground decision-making, policy advising, and implementing human-centered solutions, you need experts. Real people, real judgment. By 2030, the green economy is expected to generate 24 million jobs worldwide, and environmental science majors will be at the heart of it. It's not just a degree anymore. It's a ticket to the front lines of humanity's fight for survival. And if that's not worth it in 2025, what is? We've started with teachers, the backbone of society, and environmental scientists, the guardians of the planet. But this is only the beginning, because as we climb higher on this list, the careers get more lucrative, more future-proof, and in some cases, almost unbelievable. Shortly, we'll reveal the degrees that blend cutting-edge technology with unstoppable demand. The kind of degrees that could take a broke student and turn them into a six-figure success story in just a few years. Stay tuned. The future-proof degrees nobody's talking about. When you think of success in 2025, the picture often looks the same. Sleek offices, buzzing tech startups, six-figure salaries before the age of 30. But behind that glossy Instagram version of success lies a hard truth. Only a handful of degrees actually open those doors. The rest? They leave graduates scrambling, lost, and bitter. That's why our countdown matters. In episode 1, we saw how teaching and environmental science, two often underrated fields, are quietly becoming some of the most dependable career paths of our time. But today, we climb higher. Today, we dive into fields that don't just promise stability. They promise transformation. Let's continue the countdown. Number 8, information technology, IT, and cybersecurity. The invisible soldiers of the digital war. Every day, you leave digital footprints. Every time you log in, click a link, swipe your card, or send an email, you're creating data. And lurking in the shadows are those who want it. Hackers, cybercriminals, even hostile governments. In 2025, data isn't just information, it's currency. And protecting it? That's become one of the most valuable jobs on the planet. Enter the IT and cybersecurity professionals. Once dismissed as nerdy computer guys in hoodies, they are now the frontline defenders of our digital lives. Here's a staggering fact. Cybercrime is projected to cost the global economy $10.5 trillion annually by 2025. Let that sink in. Trillions. Every company, every hospital, every government agency is scrambling to protect itself. And they're willing to pay anything for the people who can keep them safe. Take Maya, a 27-year-old IT graduate specializing in cybersecurity. 3 years ago, she was an intern barely making rent. Today, she's a senior security analyst for a major bank, earning over $140,000 a year, plus bonuses, because she literally protects billions of dollars in digital assets. And she's not alone. Salaries in this field often start at $80,000 right out of college, with room to skyrocket as experience and certifications pile up. More importantly, unemployment in cybersecurity is virtually 0%. In fact, there are more jobs than people to fill them. And here's the kicker. AI isn't replacing these roles. It's making them even more critical. Yes, AI can detect threats faster, but someone has to manage, interpret, and strategize the defense. That's a human job. So if you've ever wondered which degrees are future-proof, IT and cybersecurity are the definition. They're not optional anymore. They're survival. Number 7, nursing and healthcare. The lifesavers who will always be needed. Think back to 2020. Hospitals overflowing. Nurses working 16-hour shifts. Doctors on the brink of collapse. The pandemic reminded us of something humanity often forgets. Without healthcare, nothing else matters. Fast forward to 2025, and that truth hasn't changed. It's only intensified. Nursing, once seen as a safe but average career, has exploded into one of the most in-demand degrees worldwide. Why? Because populations are aging. Chronic illnesses are rising. Pandemics and global health crises keep blindsiding us. And healthcare systems desperately need people. The World Health Organization estimates a shortage of 10 million healthcare workers by 2030. 10 million. That means graduates in nursing, physician assistant studies, and other healthcare tracks aren't just wanted, they're needed. Take James, a nursing graduate from Texas. He started at a modest hospital job, making $65,000 a year. Within 5 years, thanks to specialization in critical care, he's earning nearly double that. But more than money, James has something few other careers guarantee: purpose. Every day, he sees the direct impact of his work. Every day, he saves lives. And the opportunities are global. A nurse in the U.S. can travel and work abroad. A physician assistant in Europe can pivot into research. A healthcare graduate can move into hospital administration, medical tech, or public health leadership. The flexibility is enormous. And let's talk about resilience. Automation may take over factories. AI may write code and robots may flip burgers. But will a machine ever hold a dying patient's hand? Will an algorithm ever replace the compassion of a nurse who notices something doctors missed? Not in our lifetime. Healthcare isn't going away. If anything, it's becoming the backbone of global stability. And in 2025, a degree in nursing or healthcare isn't just a career choice. It's a calling and a guarantee of lifelong relevance. So far, we've uncovered degrees that defend our digital lives and degrees that literally save our physical ones. But what happens when we push further up the list? Because the next degrees? They're the ones that redefine industries. Degrees that open doors not just to jobs, but to empires. Degrees that could turn a college kid into the next household name. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. The degrees that build empires. We've seen how teachers shape futures, how environmental scientists protect our planet, how cybersecurity experts guard our digital lives, and how nurses preserve our health. But now, the countdown turns sharper, hungrier, because the next degrees, they don't just offer jobs. They offer the power to build empires. In 2025, the stakes are higher than ever. Technology is rewriting economies. Money itself is shifting, and entire industries can rise or collapse overnight. And the people holding these 2 degrees, they're the ones deciding what survives. Let's continue. Number 6, engineering. The architects of tomorrow. Take a look around you. The phone in your hand, the chair you're sitting on, the bridge you drive over, the clean water pouring from your tap. Behind it all, engineers. In 2025, engineering isn't just one career path. It's dozens, spanning civil, mechanical, electrical, software, chemical, aerospace, and more. And unlike some fields that fade in and out of fashion, engineering is one of the most solid, unshakable foundations in history. But here's what makes it even more valuable today. Innovation is accelerating. Self-driving cars, renewable energy grids, smart cities, space travel. None of this happens without engineers. Take Aisha, a 29-year-old aerospace engineering graduate. 10 years ago, she dreamed of working for NASA. Today, she's designing reusable rockets for a private space company, earning nearly $150,000 a year. Her work? It could define the future of space exploration. Or think about Javier, a civil engineer in South America. His degree didn't just get him a job. It gave him the tools to rebuild communities after devastating floods. He's part of a team designing infrastructure resilient enough to withstand climate change. That's not just a paycheck. That's legacy. Salaries for engineers often start between $70,000 and $90,000. But the ceiling is sky high, especially for those who specialize. Electrical engineers working in AI hardware, 6 figures, easily. Renewable energy engineers, among the most aggressively recruited professionals in the world. And here's something few realize. Engineers aren't stuck building things. Many transition into leadership, entrepreneurship, or innovation. Some of the biggest tech CEOs, like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, studied engineering before building empires. In 2025, engineering isn't just about equations and blueprints. It's about shaping the world itself. Number 5, finance and business administration, the masters of money. For some, the word finance brings up images of Wall Street greed. But let's look closer. In reality, money makes the world move, and those who understand it control it. That's why finance and business degrees rank so high on this list. Picture this. While millions of graduates scramble for work, finance majors are already being recruited by banks, consulting firms, investment groups, and Fortune 500 companies. Why? Because in an unstable economy, organizations don't just need dreamers. They need strategists, people who can manage risk, make smart investments, and keep businesses alive. And the numbers speak for themselves. A freshly minted financial analyst can expect to make around $80,000 right out of school. Within a decade, many break 6 figures. For those who climb into investment banking, private equity, or corporate leadership, we're talking $200,000, $500,000, even 7 figures. Take Naomi, a 31-year-old who studied business administration. She didn't have coding skills or medical training. What she had was vision. Today, she's the COO of a fast-growing startup, and her business acumen turned a garage idea into a $50 million company. Without her degree, she admits she wouldn't have had the foundation to scale so quickly. But here's the catch and the opportunity. Finance and business aren't just about joining big companies. They're about building your own. More millionaires and billionaires come from business backgrounds in almost any other field. Because once you understand the game of money, you're not just an employee. You're a player. Of course, this degree isn't without competition. Thousands graduate with business degrees every year. But in 2025, the ones who pair it with creativity, networking, and relentless drive aren't just surviving, they're thriving. And in a world where economic uncertainty is the only constant, being the person who can manage chaos, that makes you indispensable. So far, we've seen degrees that protect, degrees that heal, degrees that build, and degrees that manage wealth. But what about the degrees that rewrite reality itself? Because the top 4, they don't just prepare students for the future. They create the future. They unlock power in medicine, in artificial intelligence, in human imagination itself. And the number 1 degree? Let's just say it might shock you. Stay tuned. The degrees that rule the future. We've counted down from teachers to nurses, from cybersecurity warriors to business moguls. Each degree so far has opened a door to stability, power, or purpose. But now we reach the summit, the final 4 degrees, the ones shaping humanity's destiny, the ones parents whisper about to their children late at night. If you want to survive in this world, if you want to thrive, this is the path. These aren't just degrees. They are launch pads into the future. Let's begin. Number 4, medicine, the warriors against time. For centuries, doctors have stood at the intersection of life and death. In 2025, their value has only multiplied. Global health crises, pandemics, aging populations, none of it can be faced without medicine. While technology can help diagnose, while AI can suggest treatments, the world still needs doctors to heal, to comfort, to lead. Yes, the path is long. For years of medical school, years of residency, mountains of debt. But at the end of that tunnel lies one of the most respected and highest paying careers in existence. The average physician salary in the U.S., around $200,000 to $250,000. Specialists, closer to $500,000. But beyond the numbers, there's something money can't measure: the weight of saving a life. Take Dr. Amara, a pediatric surgeon. Last year, she performed an emergency operation on a newborn with a rare heart defect. Without her, the baby wouldn't have survived the night. That's not just a job. That's immortality in memory. And here's the shocking twist. The demand for doctors are projected to skyrocket. By 2035, the world faces a shortage of 10 million health workers. Those holding this degree, they won't just have jobs. They'll have their pick of opportunities across the globe. Medicine, then, isn't just a degree, it's a promise to fight against time itself. Number 3, law, the keepers of order. In a world where AI generates contracts, robots drive cars, and digital property exists in the metaverse, who decides what's legal? Who sets the rules? Who defends the weak against the powerful? Lawyers. In 2025, law is transformed. It's no longer just about dusty libraries and courtroom dramas. It's about intellectual property, cyber law, international policy, and human rights in a digital world. A corporate lawyer negotiating billion-dollar mergers? Easily $200,000 to $500,000 per year. A criminal defense attorney saving lives in court? Priceless. But it's not just about income. It's about influence. Judges, politicians, policymakers, many start with a law degree. Because in truth, law isn't just a career. It's a weapon. The pen that writes laws today wields more power than the sword ever did. Think of Nelson Mandela, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Barack Obama. Their legal training wasn't just about making a living. It was about reshaping societies. And as technology blurs ethical lines, from AI deciding job applications to biotech rewriting human DNA, lawyers are the ones holding the line between order and chaos. Number 2, computer science and artificial intelligence, the architects of the digital age. Look around you. The device you're watching this on, the apps you use daily, the voice assistants, the algorithms curating your feed, even this very video. Behind it all, computer science. And in 2025, no degree carries as much raw momentum as computer science and AI. Software developers, machine learning engineers, AI ethicists, robotics specialists, they're not just building tools. They're building the future of humanity. Salaries are staggering. Entry-level coders can make $100,000. AI engineers often cross $200,000. And for the rare geniuses shaping cutting-edge models, the figures climb into the millions. But here's the deeper truth. This degree isn't just about money. It's about power. The people who master algorithms can influence elections, economies, even wars. They decide what billions see, hear, and believe. Take DeepMind's breakthroughs in AI predicting protein structures. That one innovation could accelerate cures for thousands of diseases. Or OpenAI, whose models are redefining creativity, education, and work itself. Computer science isn't a career. It's the new literacy. In the 21st century, those who can't code will increasingly be at the mercy of those who can. But if this is number 2, then what could possibly be number 1? Number 1, biotechnology and genetic engineering, the power to rewrite life. The most valuable degree of 2025? It's not law, not medicine, not computer science. It's biotechnology and genetic engineering. Why? Because while AI reshapes the digital world, biotech is reshaping life itself. CRISPR, gene therapy, synthetic biology, these aren't science fiction anymore. They're reality. And the people trained in this field hold keys that could cure cancer, eliminate genetic disorders, extend human lifespan, or, in darker hands, create biological weapons. The stakes are unimaginable. Picture May, a 27-year-old geneticist in Singapore. Her research focuses on engineering crops to survive extreme drought. If successful, her work could save millions from famine. That's not just a degree paying her 6 figures. It's a degree holding civilization together. The biotech industry is projected to surpass $3 trillion by 2030. Investors are pouring money in at levels rivaling the dot-com boom. And those with expertise? They're in dangerously short supply. This isn't just about wealth. It's about rewriting the definition of humanity. Will we live to 120? Will diseases like Alzheimer's vanish? Will parents design children in labs? The answers lie in the hands of biotech graduates. In 2025, no degree carries greater promise or greater peril. The final word. So there it is. The top 10 college degrees worth it in 2025. 10 education. 9 environmental science. 8 cybersecurity. 7, nursing. 6, engineering. 5, finance and business. 4, medicine. 3, law. 2, computer science and AI. 1, biotechnology and genetic engineering. Some bring wealth, some bring power, some bring purpose. But all 10 stand above the noise, above the useless degrees that universities still push, above the broken promises. Because in the end, a degree isn't just about a job. It's about freedom. Freedom from debt, freedom from fear, freedom to build a life worth living. And now, you know which doors lead there. The question is, which one will you walk through?